guys, I'm back. So, today, I'm gonna be teaching you how to catfish like a professional. I'm not a professional, but I do know a few things about catfishing. It's how to trick people into thinking that I am attractive. So, if I sound sick, it's because I have pneumonia, and I'm filming this video because I really have nothing better to do. Let's just get right into it. Hopefully this mirror doesn't bother you, because I'm keeping it there, because if I move it anywhere else, the lighting gets messed up. So, first step, they're going to take a moisturizer. This is very important so your makeup does not get as cakey, because you're going to be caking that shit on. So I use the Pond's one just because it feels nicer. And I don't use a lot, I just make like this much on the tip of my nail, and I just put it everywhere that I am dry, and this will make your skin look smoother and more refreshed. So I'm straight up not having a good time. I am just struggling with my fucking pneumonia. I've been gone from school for like 5 days now because I can't breathe. But I do have a doctor's note to get out of gym for the next 3 weeks, so that's always good. Now that you've got a nice layer of moisturizer on, we're going to take a primer. I'm just using this Master Prime by Maybelline. I just take a little bit and I just take that and put way too much on. Spots. I'm not going anywhere after this, just so you know. I'm just doing this just so I can feel a little bit better about myself. So, okay, now that you did that, I also added some Fix Plus, just to make it more better. I don't know. Next step, I'm using the Tarte Face Tape. It is my favorite, it's up there. It's one of my favorite foundations. I like to use a little, or I do use a lot of it, but don't judge me. And then, to make it less cakey, I use the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage. I really like this, because even like when I don't want to do a lot of makeup, I just put a little bit of this on like my problem area, and like it's so like light, like it doesn't look like I'm wearing any foundation. So that's really nice. I recommend that. I do not like the Tarte Face Tape for one reason, that being the shade range. Honey, that was not good. That was not good. I mean, they kind of fixed it, but not cool, fam. Not cool. I only bought the face tape because it was on sale, so. Now, taking a beauty blender that's slightly deep. What I'm doing is I'm just patting this into my face. I don't drag because that will make you look questionable, so I'm just going to come back when this is all patted in. Okay, now that I have blended all of that in, I'm looking a little patchy, but that's just because you gotta trust the process, okay? So, now that we just have like a base, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're gonna work on it. So, next step is eyebrows. I like to do eyebrows before concealer just so that I can clean them up. So, for eyebrows, what I do is I take a spoolie that's from BH Cosmetics, and take a little bit of Fix Plus and I spray it on this bar of Dr. Bronner's the Castile soap. And I use this just because I think that this works the best. I've tried different kinds of things, and I just like this one the best because it doesn't really smell like anything, so especially because I have pneumonia, everything makes me throw up. So this has just been working for me because it doesn't really smell like anything. So basically, what I'm doing is I am just brushing my eyebrows into place. So you can do whatever shape you want. If you want your eyebrows to look bushy, if you want them to look like not bushy, you can do whatever you want. I just start off by making them look a little bushy and then just kind of clean it up. Now you have a solid eyebrow shape. It's hard to tell because of the lighting because it is thundering and raining right now. You're going to do the same thing to the other eyebrow, and I just like to pat it down just so it's like stuck. back when the other side is done. Okay, now that your eyebrows have the shape you want and they look kind of similar, what you're gonna do, or at least what I like to do. Oh, do you like my shirt, by the way? It says, want a hedgehog? You know, so I'm just using my old, of course I would drop it on my clean white thing. I'm just using my old e.l.f. eyebrow pomade, and I'm just taking an e.l.f. brush there and then making it, just patting it on my hand to make it more straight, I guess. And I'm just following the natural shape of, or like the shape that I just made my eyebrow, and just filling in the bottom, like so. And now that you got like that bottom line on there, what you're gonna do is you're just gonna wanna drag it up. Do your eyebrows however the hell you want. I just prefer doing them this way for this kind of look, just because it makes more sense to me. Then you're gonna do the same thing to the top of the eyebrow and drag it down, like that. I'm just gonna fill in the middle of the eyebrow, just lightly. You don't have to be too precise about this because we're gonna clean up with concealer in a second. But I'm just filling this in, not pressing too hard. Alright, now you have one eyebrow done. We're going to move on to the next eyebrow. I'll be back when this eyebrow is done. Now that both eyebrows are kind of similar, this is where the important part comes to conceal them. So I'm using Tarte Shape Tape, of course. It's a little light, but it's okay because I'm pale, because I'm dying. And I'm just putting this underneath and just taking it, making sure it's flat, and then just, you know, going in and making sure the line is nice and straight. You see, like, this is what we're going for, like, you know, so I'm just doing that on the other side, trying to make sure that both sides are even. Trying to get that arch so my eyebrows look snatched and my forehead looks smaller. Of course I fucking dropped that thing again. Okay, now that I'm looking absolutely crazy, taking this Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush, and it's like fat on the top, so it's like easy to blend out. I'm just blending this down. Okay, now that I'm looking a little bit less crazier but still crazy, what we're gonna do is make our eyebrows look less crazy and just conceal the top. It is getting really dark outside, so if the lighting goes down, Okay, I think that should be good for now for the lighting. I'm sorry that the lighting changed, but okay. So now that eyebrow looks better. Doing the same to the other brow, and now they look kind of more even, right? Right. I wouldn't normally do this in public because this is not a natural look. You know, this is full on catfishing. This is for like Instagram pictures or like whatever you use catfishing pictures for. That's none of my business, but you do you. I mean, I respect the hustle. So, now that you got the eyebrows done, we're just going to go in with the same concealer. And I like the lighter shade, how it's really bright like that. Especially when you're as sick as I am right now. Adds, like, look at that. Like, you look wide awake. So I'm just going to blend this out, and then I'll be back. Okay, now that I look very pale, the next step is powder. Reach that. So I just put powder kind of everywhere, just because it helps with skin texture. It does, and it just makes the makeup look more flawless. Now that you've got a good powder base on, this is the part where everything starts coming together. So, we're going to be moving on to bronzer. I'm just kind of packing it on and then blending it up and out. Just kind of packing it on my 5 head because it needs as much help as it can get. Make sure to get my double chin. Okay, so now I'm looking nice and bronzed and sun-kissed, I guess you could say. We're moving on to my favorite part, blush. Blush, I feel like, just makes you look happy and alive, and for somebody who has pneumonia and multiple other things that I just don't want to talk about. It just makes you look alive. So I like to mix this Tarte blush. It's in the shade Blissful. And I also like to mix this Ofra blush by Madison Miller. And this one is kind of like pearlescent, I guess you could say. It's really hard to tell on camera, but it has like glitter in it, so that really makes you look more, you know. And this is more of a coral, and this is more of like a dark pink. So when you mix them together, it's really pretty. I like to take this, and I put a lot of blush on, just because that just does it for me. Should I talk about my life? My life is actually doing really good, besides my health, but I remember my last makeup video, or like one of my last makeup videos, I was talking about how much I hate everything. And for that to completely turn around in a few months makes me really happy. So let's cross my fingers that nothing else goes horribly wrong. And just blend out the blush. So then when you smile, you look happy. Now that the face makeup is done, now what we're moving on to is eyeshadow. I love this palette, by the way. I use this literally every day. So, I'm just taking a little bit of this color and just packing it, or just like lightly blending it out, like so. Deepening up the crease and doing the same on the other side. And you're just going to keep adding darker colors until it gets deepened, so I'll come back when that is done. Okay, now that it looks similar to this, doesn't have to be exactly perfect, just make sure to blend it nice. And what we're going to do is just take a little bit of more concealer and a brush similar to this one. Kitty girl. Just doing a cut crease. So I'm just going to do this really quick, and I'll be back. Because you have to be quiet when doing this, otherwise you'll fuck yourself up. So, usually I do glitter, but I'm not feeling glitter today because it hurts my eyeballs. Anyway, so, next is eyeliner. I'm using the Maybelline Tattoo Studio. Turn off with like a shape like that, and then just filling it in. Okay, now that we've got both wings kind of even, next is eyelashes. I'm using these I just got from TJ Maxx or Marshalls. I like to go to Marshalls for eyelashes just because, ooh, all that noise. Just because this whole pack was $5.99, and they're like the kind of lashes that I like. So the only thing that we're gonna do to these is just kind of, I'm using the top one, so I'm just brushing them out. So now what we're gonna do is just measure it to the eye. This looks like this is gonna be kind of long. Yeah, I prefer, once you play around with eyelashes a lot, you can kind of see what you prefer the most. I prefer the eyelash going to about here, not all the way down, because otherwise it just hurts. And sometimes you just gotta be more comfortable than, you know. Now what we're doing is just taking my eyelash glue. I'm using the Duo Lash Adhesive and just doing a light coating. You don't want to put too much lash glue on, otherwise it's just gonna be a gluey mess. Just on the corners, on there, and this is what it's looking like. And there you have it. I'm gonna do the other side off camera. Okay, now that the second eyelash is on and you're feeling like a bad bitch, it's highlighter time. I'm trying to find my highlighter. Oh, it's right here. So, I like to use the Ofra and Nikki Tutorial's highlighting trio. I like to go for the middle one. It's very pigmented. Just for the inner corner, use like not even a full spray, just like half a spray, just so it's nice and damp. It's nice, that is blinding. And then just a little bit below the eyebrow. Put it on the tip of my nose. M510 brush to do a highlighter. But for my cheeks, I like to use the Tarte Exposed Highlight. Just because I feel like it just does better. And I just like to, this one's not exactly like blinding, but it's nice low-key highlight. I don't like a blinding highlight on my cheeks. I feel like it just makes the front of your face look weird. At least for me. Like, it's still cute. Still cute. But next is lips. And that's the last step. So, I almost just busted my shit. So, what we're gonna do, I like to use the e.l.f. scrub for my lips. I'm just scrubbing my lips. I'm using Kylie Lip Kit. This is in the shade Kylie. Inner in shade Bear. I like this combo better, just because I feel like it fits more, but I don't know. I'm not the billionaire, so I'll let her do her thing. So I just line my lips. Take this. It's a velvet lipstick, so it's not like matte, but it's really gloss. So just take this, and there you have it. We are done. I mean, you can do your hair. That's it. That's how you catfish, like a professional. Do your hair however you want, and do your dress up as however you want. That is how you catfish like a professional. I'm gonna throw some selfies in right now. And that's it. Thank you for watching. You're all a bunch of real ones. I love you so much, and hope that I feel better.